Okay, so we have finally reached part 4 of the video. In part 3 we already configure score and the level. So every time score increase until 5 and then increase the level. Okay, then once the level increase, we change the sprite for the character. So once level up, here we change the sprite. Okay, currently we have only level 1, level 2. You can use your own um, sprite for your game. Okay, next we have already level, and then we have already the score. So if every time we start the game, everything will be reset back to the 0 and the level 1. So what if you want to save, or you can save manually, or you want to save every time you increase the level or score, or every time you exit the game. Okay, so first thing what we need to do is we need to have an object that will be always be there in every scene. So currently, if let's say we change the scene, all the object from previous scene will be gone. Okay, so we need something that will retain with like a singleton. Okay. In Unity, we can have what we a script that called game manager. Okay, we can go to C# script, right, and then name is game manager. Okay, you can see here game manager script is the icon different compared to others. So this is a special script that will configure to manage the whole game. Okay, game manager. So we make sure this object will retain uh, across the scene. Okay, so we load the first scene, okay, the main menu scene, then we make sure the game manager reside here, and then will never destroy after that. Okay, we create one object specific to handle this um, script. Okay, create the object, we call it this game manager as well. Game manager. Okay, so we assign our game manager script to this game manager object. So we just drag there. Right, so we have this game object, game manager, and then we assign the script game manager to that. Okay, first thing. So in game manager, let's open the game manager. Okay, where is it? Okay, game manager. Okay, let's start with the library. So you want to use the system. Okay, very high profile library system. Okay, and then we want to use the system IO. This is for the file. Want to access the file. And then lastly, we need the runtime serialization to handle the serial file. Okay, system dot runtime dot serialization dot formatter. Okay, then binary. Right. Okay, so we have added the tree library. Next, what we want to do is we want to create the instance of this game manager. So we'll create public static, so everybody can access the script straight away instead of access the object. So game manager, we call it instance. Okay. Okay, next, the data that you want to save. Currently we have two data that we want to save from the spawner UI, which is the score and then the level. So I put here, so public integer game score. The second one is public. Oh, you can straight away put the game score, again hero level. So these two information that you want to store inside the game. Okay, another thing that we want to have is the indication whether the file exists or not. If let's say the file is not exist, how you can load. Okay, so we need to check. If let's say the file exists, then you can load the information. If let's say file not exist, then you cannot load. So we create one boolean public boolean has saved file. Okay, this boolean just indicate if let's say you has save file, then you true. If let's say it's not true. Okay, so we'll not using the start on awake. So why awake? Replace this one awake. Okay. So first thing, once we run, we need to make sure this instance is exist or not. Okay. Okay, if let's say the instance already exists, so if the instance already exists, then you don't need this anymore. So this one git model. Okay, so make sure you cannot have two game manager at one time. Okay, then else, so instance equal to this. So this is the instance. Okay, and then you make sure you don't forget this one, don't destroy. Yes, so this every time you load the scene, you will not destroy this one. So this object will exist throughout the game. Okay. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is we need to define the file that we want to save. Okay, so outside this class, so this is the class also, so we create another class. This is serializable. Okay, serializable. Right, so we want to create the class save file. Okay, this one just consists of all the information that you want to keep. Public integer game score, and then public integer hero level. Okay. Okay, this one we use to save the file. Okay. Okay, we don't need use update. Next function we want to create is the save function. So if let's say you want to save the game, we call this function. So public void save. Okay. Alright. Okay. First we need the formatter. So we have binary formatter. Since we have already put the binary formatter there, we can call binary formatter equal to new binary formatter. Okay, next you want to define the file. So file stream equal to file. Okay, file dot create. The application dot persistent data path, and then we put the file name that we want to save. For example, I have saved file .dat. Okay. Alright, so this one is depend on device that you use. Okay, different device may have different the data path. Okay, so you just specific device, you just save that file there. Okay, so next is save file. Okay, this is the class that we created before down here. So save file, which consists of the data. Save file. Okay. Right, so now we have data dot game score equal to game score. Okay, data dot hero level equal to hero level. So you just get the hero level here assigned to the save file data, and then you serialize the data. So we have binary formatter dot serialize file using the data information. Okay, after use the file, close back the file. Okay, just debug log just to ensure that the file is already saved. Okay. Alright, another thing that I want to see is where is the save the file. So I debug log another one. I would just want to see where is this file is located in my PC. Okay, so I put there. Right. Okay. Okay, now we have ready game manager. Okay, so what we need to do is every time I have my method is every time I have new data, I straight away save the game. Okay, so what I'll do here, so now I have save data. So in the spawner UI, every time I update the score, now you see the score, every time I change the score, I will update. See here, once the score increase, always the level will increase as the score increase as well. So I would just want to put here. So when every time the score update, I want to have game manager dot instance dot game score. Okay, game score equal to score. Okay, so I save the score, and then I also want to save the level, because I know when the score increase, the level will increase. So I can okay, the best way I think is here. So let's save this one for the score only, and then straight away you can, never mind, you can save both, no problem. So here is the hero level with the level. Okay, and then after that you can call the function. So I want to call this save function, so I can this one. So game manager dot instance dot save. Yes. Okay, so So now every time I update score, I will save the score, I will save the level, and then save. So same goes here, I think. So once I will update the level, I want to update score and level. So this doesn't harm you to save a lot of time. Okay, so let's test this one. So you have game, and let's console. Game manager. So you game score, hero level. Hero level should be 1 at start. Level be 1. Okay, never mind. This one is the save value. Okay, let's start this one. Okay, so we want play. You want score? Nothing come out yet. So let's save or shoot. Okay, you see here game save, and then we say the save location. Every time it will increase. Okay, so I want to check where is this information. Is that user? So I can open my computer under C, users, user, app data. Make sure you enable the hidden item, because normally app data is considered hidden folder. Data, and then local low, and then you have default company, and the special one, and then here you save the save file. So if let's say open this one, I open using notepad, you cannot see this one. Okay, because it's already binary format. So this save, so secure your save data. Okay, so now you have already saved file. So for the next video, I'll show you how you want to because now it's binary format, you cannot see whether it's correct based on your level or your score. So the next tutorial, we can see how you can using load function. Once load or continue button, you just load the existing last file that you have, and then straight away play within that score when that's that level. Alright, okay, see you to the last video, next video. Okay.